boom, out of nowhere. We're streaming. Just because I have a little bit of time in between. I don't know how much, but enough to go for a quickie, if you know what I mean. So yeah, let's palaver about things. Nerdy things, fun things. Maybe some silly things too. That's very possible. Anyway, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. What kind of nerdy things? All of them. Actually, no. Never mind. Not all of them. There are some that I would not touch with a 10-foot pole. But we can talk about various nerdy things. Like, for example, movie weapons. I figure we could look at lists of the best movie and video game weapons according to the internet. Random people on the internet. And we'll see how much I agree, disagree, how much I want to rant about it. So things of that nature. We'll check it out. Oh, since somebody brought up D&D, what I should do first, probably, is boom, this. Let's get that out of the way, okay? Haven't put up the stream bingo in a while, so here's your FAQ. Just to get that dealt with. And then we can talk about other things. You smoke D&D? Yeah. No, I don't vape weed either. I don't vape. I don't smoke. I don't vape. I don't take cocaine or whatever the hell else we want to ask about, rather. Because there ain't much to talk about. Doesn't rule out edibles. Yeah, I guess I can change it to, do you take weed? Do you partake of the herb? The answer is still no. Chemrail gun. Chemrail? I know of rail guns, but... Anyway, thanks, Frank. Have you seen Cocaine Bear? No. Can't say I have. Not really planning to either. It seems like a fun flick and all, but whatever. Yeah, I guess you could call me straight edge. Like, every now and then I drink small amounts of alcohol for the taste, but even that is pretty rare. My goodness, my glasses are reflecting like Oh, right. I just realized it's because normally before there was something blocking this window over there that you obviously can't see, but now it's just hardcore reflection. So, yeah. Ain't much I can do about it, except maybe just in case the other glasses are less... Huh. They're quite a bit less reflective, aren't they? Interesting. All right, I'll go with these then. These are for distance, but that's still okay. Funny. They don't reflect anywhere near as much. Alrighty. Okay, not for the taste of the alcohol, okay? Like, you could figure that out. I'm sure you can figure it out. I mean, to be fair, like most alcoholic beverages can be done without alcohol too and retaining the flavor for the most part. So, either way. Thanks, Frank. He's a stuffed bear right now. It's in Lexington, Kentucky on display. What? The bear from Cocaine Bear? What's going on? Thanks, Dave. Is there anything you miss about living in Norway? How long has it been since you moved? Any desire to go back? It's been 10 years. Yeah, 10 years. What do I miss? Healthcare. Better healthcare. Some foods. Some of the landscape, although Canada's pretty similar. Desire to go back? Nope. All right, so I think we're done with the stream FAQ. So let's move on to other things. In other news, not really news, but you know what I mean. Things and stuff. So I decided to search, best video game swords. And I was shocked by what I found. You won't believe what happened next. Excuse me? You misspelled badass. You misspelled it horrendously as a completely different word. Sneak. That's okay. Don't worry. I mean, you misspelled ridiculous, rather, as badass. Like, really? The key... What? What is badass about this thing? It's one of the dumbest weapon designs ever. It's like, what if... what kind of weapon could we design? How about a key? Yeah, I know there's game lore and everything, but like... Who would ever want to fight with a key? Like, that's... I made a video about this one like way back in like 2014 or whatever, ranting about how this guard here is a wrist breaker. Like, the only viable position you have is with the two things off to the side, so that basically the key bit is perpendicular to your arm, not in line with it, because otherwise you're going to break your wrist if you try to use this, or it's going to be like horribly misaligned and silly, and it is silly. Attention to detail is key. Oh yeah, is it now? Attention to key is detail. Thanks, Ben. Yeah. Anyway, so this is one of the dumbest things ever. What else? Lightsaber. Okay, yeah. It's pretty mainstream, but you can't really argue with it. Like, main sabers? Okay, they're not that mainstream that they need to be renamed, but yeah, lightsabers are pretty standard at this point, but they're still cool, right? Like, you can't argue with that. They're a badass. Soul Edge, I mean, Soul Edge takes different forms depending on who wields it, but standard Soul Edge is just hideous. I mean, I guess it can still be badass or whatever, but it also corrupts anyone who uses it, so it's definitely not something that you would want. Thanks, Dave. That's a really sharp key, though, yeah. Except he hits with the other end. He hits with the bar, not the key bit. Blades of Chaos. I know that everybody loves it. Everybody loves God of War and Kratos and everything, but no, not for me. I've always found those silly. Zero edge alignment is just... But even if you completely ignore realistic things. Yeah, okay, there's some coolness, I guess, but it also makes him prone to becoming a spinning top, you know? Like, he just... It encourages way too much spinning. And it makes him look pretty dumb, in my mind. Yeah, energy sword from Halo. I like it. That's pretty cool design. Can't argue with that. That's a good one. This handle shape would be very uncomfortable for a human hand, but it's not designed for a human hand, so fine. High frequency blade. I don't know too much about it. I haven't seen it all that much, so I can't say a whole lot, but is it one of those vibro things? Vibro blade? Thanks, Frank. The Blades of Chaos are a hot topic. Yeah. I'd rather go to a hot topic. Anyway. Rebellion, Devil May Cry. What does it look like exactly? I keep forgetting. I've seen it before, but right. Every time I see this, I'm like, this rips off Soul Reaver, Legacy of Kain. I mean, not Soul Reaver, but his sword. Isn't that Kain's sword pretty much? More or less. I mean, anyway, it's too edgy. This sword screams try hard edgelord, which I mean, fair enough. It is Dante. Wait, here. This is where we were. Buster sword. I mean, yeah, it's iconic. It has grown on me a little bit in FF7 Remake. It's still silly and it's crude, but it's iconic. It's very iconic, and it has grown on me. Raiden's katana, I don't know too much about, haven't seen that much in detail. Time dagger, I also don't know too much about it, but it's a cool design, and it's got powers. Dragon sword, ninja guide. Isn't that just a very standard katana? It doesn't even look all that unusual. Yeah, and okay, so we have a super standard run-of-the-mill generic katana, and then we have a super standard run-of-the-mill sword, a European sword. Like, okay, yeah, it's the most basic version of a longsword you can find in anime and video games and everything. It's like, okay, yeah, whatever. There's not even a picture of it. Okay. Frostmourne, iconic, no doubt about it. Also an edgelord design. Very much so. Master Sword, yeah, sure. Like, how can you argue with that? The Master Sword is classic, iconic. It's pretty cool. There are a few things that I'll change about it, but it's pretty cool. Thanks, Grease Monkey. Devil May Cry is basically try hard edgelord the video game. Yeah, right? So it makes sense. It fits. Thanks, Flames Gaming. Love your content. What's your favorite music genre? Oh, let me just quickly bring up the Steam FAQ again. It's right there. What else we got? But it's special. What's special? Everything is special. Every video game weapon is special. And some are special needs. That's also a thing. What do you think about curved longswords? So like a Kriegsmesser, basically. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Thanks, Frank. The Yamato is pretty basic, but it's a functional katana. At least you can use it. Yeah. Yeah. I guess I'm a bit of a hypocrite, because on the one hand, I will nitpick practicality and say like, oh, this design is totally not functional and everything. And then I see something that is perfectly functional. It's just more or less a regular katana. And I'm like, that's too mainstream. That's kind of boring. Yes. Yes, I am being a bit of a hypocrite there. Can't deny it. Sneaking in the background.
Not so much sneaking.
I know. Lurking? Are you a lurker?
I always lurk.
There are plenty of lurkers on the Discord, I'm guessing. Anyway. Yeah. What else we got? Coolest movie weapons of all time. Golden gun. You can literally have one in real life, which a lot of people would consider cool. I would just consider it a waste of money. Fifth Element, yes. This thing it's hilarious. They crammed so many functions into it. It is self-aware. I mean, not the gun itself, but I mean, like, it's a self-aware concept. Like, it pokes fun at a lot of the stuff with too many functions. And they did a great job with the prop. So, yeah, I agree with this one. Chainsaw hand, yeah, sure. Iconic. Why not? badass and all that. Sonic shotgun, yeah, those were interesting. That was a nice take on a firearm that's different and yeah, impressive effect and all that. This was too much for me. The machine gun leg was just, no. I mean, again, you can say it is self-ironic and everything. It's intentionally over the top, which is all fine and good. But there comes a point where it gets too silly for me, and that's the point. Haven't seen this one, no idea. The noisy cricket, yeah, I mean, come on. It's a good joke. Like the puniest looking thing that has the most kick and will just knock newbies right over, and they make a joke out of it. Like, yeah, give it to the newbie, he's gonna land right on his ass. Like, yeah. Good times. Lawnmower? Nah. There's nothing cool about a lawnmower in and of itself as a weapon. Like, yes, it was used in Brain Dead. Excuse me. Second. It was used in Brain Dead to cause all kinds of carnage, but it's still just a lawnmower, you know? It's not even a weapon. Thanks, Grease Monkey. If the golden gun is good enough for Christopher Lee, it's the best gun ever. Well, you got a point there. Anything that's good enough for Christopher Lee, yeah, fair enough. Yeah, the flying spheres from Phantasm, those are wicked. They need magic to work, but they're cool. Like, you can't argue with how badass they are. The arc gun, yeah. It's been a hot minute since I watched District 9, but yeah, I do remember that. That was pretty cool. So far with this list, I'm actually agreeing with most of it. Exploding Bubblegum, nah. The Alpha Omega Bomb. I've never actually watched Planet of the Apes, any of them. I know, right? How dare I? Yeah, Robocop's Auto 9 gun, come on. It doesn't even require an introduction or commentary or anything. That is one of the coolest guns in movie history. Yeah. I mean, it's really just a modified Beretta 92. You know, but it's modified very well. Although I guess you could argue it's more like a modified 93R because it's got the full auto. 93R is just burst fire, if I remember correctly. Or did it have full auto too? Can't quite remember.
Just burst.
Yeah, I think it was just burst, right? Mm-hmm. Seismic charge. I don't think I've ever seen that in action, so not sure. The Visitor's Handgun. I've never seen this. Don't know. Silenced shotgun. Yeah, no. Good luck with that. Suppressors do not muffle things that much. Basically, a suppressor will turn a 9mm to about a 22, which is still very noticeable. A 12 gauge is still going to be hella loud. There are real-life 12 gauge suppressors. They just make them less excessively loud. But anyway. Oh yeah, the Tron discs. Pretty cool idea. I mean, Tron gets a pass just because of all the glowy stuff. That's just nice style. Yeah, fair enough. It is just a 44 Magnum revolver, but yeah, Dirty Harry. You can't really argue much with that, right? Predator, all of them. Well, I can't quite agree with that because in Predator, isn't the coolest stuff what the Predator has? Like, how can the other guy... Well, okay, fair enough, there was a minigun. Fair enough, but, like, I don't think anything else can really compete with the Predator stuff. Oh, there we go. The Holy Hand Grenade of Antioch, yeah. Yeah. Your argument is invalid. Thanks, Frank. It's still a shotgun suppressor or not? Oh, yeah, of course, of course. Shotguns are pretty damn effective. Can't argue with that. Freddy's glove, yeah. It would make for a garbage weapon. I covered that in a Halloween video. But it is, in terms of badassery, it's hard to beat. Super iconic. Scary, threatening, even though it wouldn't be all that dangerous. Yeah. Thermal detonator, yeah, can't argue with that. The head bomb, yeah, it's weird, but okay. Phaser, yeah, sure. Proton packs, yeah, absolutely. How does the head bomb rank higher than RoboCop's Auto 9? Excuse me? Wait, what? How does that make sense? Yeah, the M1, the Alien's pulse rifle. That thing needs to... I would put it on 3 at least. That is one of the absolute best designed and especially best sounding firearms ever. Have you ever encountered a better sounding fictional firearm than that? Like, man, the sound design on that is... The Krull Glaive is on 4? Really? Can we revisit this for a second here? So RoboCop's Auto 9 is on 18, and this Krull piece of junk is on 4. What? I mean, okay, I should give it a little bit more credit. It does look cool, but I would swap them. This goes like this, and the Auto 9, swap them. Swap them. That's the only sensible thing. Indy's whip is very iconic in the hands of Indy. It is just a whip. So it's not that special, but it carries some gravitas, yeah. On number 2 is the Hattori Hanzo sword. Really? It's just a katana. It's a regular katana. It's not magical. It's not like super crazy special. I mean, yeah, it's made by a famous swordsmith, but really? This over the M41A? Excuse me? This over the proton pack? Get out of here, whoever made that list. And then, of course, the lightsaber is on the first place. The usual. Okay. So I mostly agree with this list, but then I have some serious hardcore disagreement too. So, mixed feelings on that one. Anyway, oh yeah, you got a good point there. Any list about movie guns that doesn't mention the lawgiver from Dredd cannot be trusted. That's true. Thanks, Dead Card. Aliens Pulse. Why can I not pronounce pulse rifle? Pulse? What? Anyway, the pulse rifle is also one of the best kit bashes props of all time. Okay, yeah, it's definitely one of the best props in general. Thanks, Mac Attack. Freddy's glove, all fun and games until you as a guy have to adjust yourself. Oh yeah. The pilts. The what now? Yeah. Whatever. Yeah, so what are some other movie weapons that I can think of that should definitely belong on the list? I mean, I'm surprised that the Atlantean is not on there. How is Conan's sword not on there? I don't know. Deckard's gun, good point. Yeah, Blade Runner. That thing is quite iconic too. Let's see, movies. I feel like even the shotgun from Terminator 2 could be on there. Because, yeah, it's an existing one. Like, it's not super special or magical or whatever, but it is extremely iconic, especially, with Arnie doing the spin cocking. It's like, yeah, that would make sense to include as well. More than some of the others. Hellboy's gun, yeah, that's pretty good too. Indeed. What about swords? Can I think of any other swords that I think should totally be on there? Definitely not the Kurgan sword. The thing is stupid. I can't think of too many super iconic melee weapons right now from movies for some reason. Thanks, Arnab. What has life thrown at you this time? Anything that maybe I'm sure you will cut through even slices. Yeah, things have been a little hectic lately and busy, but I've been plowing through and just cranking out a bunch of videos. So that's good. Good stuff, too. I think you'll like it. I was just about to say, where's Conan's sword? Yeah, right? Where the hell is it? Where's the Atlantean? Actually, yeah, the Batleth. The Batleth should be on there. Yeah. I do agree. I mean, yeah, most Lord of the Rings swords, right? There's definitely plenty to be had. Yeah. Thor Stormbreaker. Yeah, it's iconic. It's not really my favorite personally, but it's iconic. It's pretty badass, yeah. Can't really say too much against that. Sephiroth's katana. I've never liked that one, actually. I think it looks weird. It's so freaking overlong and skinny. I actually prefer the Buster Sword, which is a bizarre thing to say. Particularly since if you made both of them in real life, Sephiroth's one would be sort of usable. The Buster Sword would not. So, but still, it's too spindly for my taste. You know what I'm saying? It's just that aesthetically, it doesn't really do it for me. That's just my opinion. It's not a movie weapon either, but we might as well talk about video game weapons too, because why not, right? Why the hell not? Just give me like 10 seconds or so. I just gotta check something here real quick. Okay. All right. Good now. Yeah, I've got a lot on my plate currently. Juggling a bunch of things at the same time. Anyway, where are we at? Thanks to JamCal X. Bruce Lee's body. That's a weapon. I mean, yeah, it was. The only thing I could kill Chuck Norris and choke out Jackie Chan, yeah. Indeed. I'd argue the Batarang or Bat Stars, whatever, should get honorable mention. Yeah, true, actually. The Batarang could be very well on the list. What else do we have? Let's see. There are other lists, of course. How about... Why is the lightsaber always on first? I mean, it's pretty much to be expected. The lightsaber is like the katana of sci-fi. Mjolnir? its abilities are cool. It doesn't look that appealing, but the abilities are cool. There we go. M41A. Put it higher, damn it. Holy Hand Grenade of Antioch, yep. Gandalf's Staff, sure. Captain America's Shield, yeah. Reasonable. Nah. Noisy Cricket, yeah. The Whip again. Yeah, there we go. Yep. There's Hellboy's gun. Yeah. Mm-hmm. What do you think? Do you think this is intentional? This BDSM vibe of the bracelets of submission? That's just gotta be intentional, right? I mean, Wonder Woman has always had this BDSM vibe going on with the rope, but this is like bracelets of submission?
Dude.
Uh-huh. You mean the handcuffs of submission? What?
You do know that the author is a well-known BDSM practitioner, right?
Yeah, so it is absolutely intentional. Yeah, fair enough. Tactical oxygen nuke launcher. Yeah, it's been so long. I don't even remember. But Starship Troopers, of course, is iconic. Amazon's like Snoo Snoo. I'm sure they do. Okay, let's see. Okay, I gotta play catch up here. Thanks, Arnab. Just info, finished my 1000th surgery, getting old. But glad to know you're older. Yeah. Can you imagine if you were to interpret the sentence differently? Like Arnab has gone through 1000 surgeries instead of performing them as a surgeon? How much would that suck? Anyway, congrats on that. That's quite a number. Thanks, William. I've been binging your content the last few days. I was wondering if you'd ever review the Switch weapons in Bloodborne. I think I have in a stream, and I believe there is a recording of that. I think that's in video form too. Right? Am I making things up? Somebody might know. Might remember. I know they're impractical IRL, but it'd be cool to see you examine them. Yeah, they would be. Very much so. They are cool, but they're kind of silly. Yeah. Thanks, Frank. Negan's baseball bat, Lucille. How iconic is... I mean, then again, the Bard baseball bat is pretty iconic overall because a lot of characters have used it. So, fair enough. Rick Grimes, Kult Python. Well, the Kult Python in and of itself is pretty iconic, but I don't think that Rick makes it particularly outstanding necessarily. Yeah, the discs. Okay, the cricket bat from Shaun of the Dead. I don't know, that's a bit too random. I don't think it was that iconic, really. Yeah, there we go, Jason's machete. Although it is just a regular machete, and he switched his things, so yeah. Yeah, Sonic stuff. Yeah. So what do we have for video game swords? Oh, that doesn't work. Top 100 video game weapons? I think that's going to take too long. Maybe... If I could start with number 1 and work my way down, okay, but starting at 100, ain't nobody got time for that. That's a bit much. Why is everything down? What's happening here? Wait, is this just games? Oh, this is sword games, not game swords. Oof. Most iconic video game weapons of all time. There's Kratos, of course. Gravity gun. Yeah. Reasonable. Energy sword. Hidden blade, yeah. I've actually changed my mind a little bit on that. I kind of trashed it in a video back in whatever it was, 2015. I'm planning to redo that, so that's something to look forward to. Scorpion spear. How much is it a weapon? How much is it part of his body? I don't know. Anyway, yeah, okay, the BFG, sure. Get out of here with that Keyblade nonsense. The Mega Buster, yeah. It'll mega bust and anyway. Blades of Chaos, Buster Sword, Master Sword. Yeah, they played it mostly safe, with a few exceptions there. They definitely played it safe with the top two. Thanks, Ezra. I put the Vampire Killer. Of course, the Vampire Killer. Yes. Why is that not on there? Like, it wouldn't be on the movie list because it's not a movie. Well, there is the animated series now, so you could presumably count that, I guess. Anyway, yeah. Yeah. Vampire Killer. Faux show. Bloodrain's Wrist Blades. Yeah, I can live with that being on the list. Tearfang probably inspired Soul Edge's possession ability. Yeah, that's likely. Although cursed and possessed swords have been around for a long time in myths. I actually made a video about cursed haunted swords, if you haven't seen that. What was it, Halloween 21, I think it was? Yeah. Anyway. What else we got here? Do you have a favorite Lord of the Rings game, board or video? Thanks, Eric. Not really. I can't say. The only Lord of the Rings game I've played was Shadow of Mordor. That was quite good. Otherwise, can't really say much. Thanks, Arnab. Listen, man, I've done my part. Might go to Himalayas. Those 1,000 were free of charge. Might fight peace now. You performed 1,000 free surgeries? How many paid ones did you do? 10,000. I don't know. Anyway. Was that Soul Edge in the thumbnail? Yes, we covered that earlier in the stream. What else? The definition of... yeah, whatever. I don't know what his definition of surgery is. I'm assuming it's standard. Like you cut people open with a scalpel in an operating room. That's what I'm assuming. Thanks, Mr. Golever. If you like the Batleth, check out the Drazar model from 40k. Okay. If I pronounce that correctly. Somebody, some hardcore Warhammer fan is going to be, it's spelled Drazar! Or pronounced rather. I don't know. Man, you know nothing! No, I know nothing about Warhammer. It's true. Is there a handle in the blade? Why? And why would you hold it like this? I can see that for half sorting if it was differently placed, but holding it like this is a bunch of bullshit. It looks cool though, yes. Oh, wait. I kind of need to show it too. Yeah. That's very different. I kind of like that actually. This year, with the holding on to it. You know, like those plastic crates, which have handle cutouts. That's what it looks like. A shopping bag or something. Anyway. Yes. Thanks, Wing Zero. Wolverine's claws and Alucard's guns. Yeah. Fair enough, yeah. Let's make weapons out of milk crates. Yeah, right. Yeah. Tomb Raider's pistols. Well, Lara and her outfit is obviously very iconic. Her pistols, not so much, I would say. I don't think they were ever really all that special. Like, yeah, she uses pistols. That's about it. I don't think that ever a ton of attention was ever drawn to them. I don't think they were all that fleshed out, or I guess steeled out. Thanks, Mr. Gulliver. How are you going to upload this on YouTube? You stream a lot, but I don't see most of them on there. Yeah, it'll be standard-wise stuff is unlisted, because that way it doesn't interfere with the algorithm, since streams always get far less views. But I don't always. Like sometimes I just remove the stream recording afterwards if I feel like I was being too incoherent or whatever. If I just didn't like it, then yeah. Let me tell you a secret: 15 to 40 per person per day from appendicitis to open heart. You will have more than 292,000 patients. Yeah. I don't know how many doctors actually keep track of the numbers. I mean, you probably estimate, but yeah, there's got to be a lot over the entire career. Yeah. Thanks, Adam. Pulling a Chad man at urgent care because I started getting nosebleeds at work. So I can't stick around. Just wanted to drop by and say hi. Hopefully I can fix the back end. Sorry to know that, man. And best of luck. I hope it's nothing serious. Hope they get it figured out and treated. Yeah, I'm also just kind of wondering, like, ER for a nosebleed, that shit wouldn't fly here with the doctor shortage we have. I mean, I do think it's a good idea. Like, it may not be anything serious, but it could be a symptom of something serious, but it could also just be harmless, random, whatever. Some people just are. I mean, if you're not prone to nosebleeds, then it might be cause for concern if that doesn't ever happen. Like personally, I don't think I've ever had a nosebleed. So I'm definitely not prone to it. I don't do the anime thing. Like, oh, hot chick. So dumb. Over the span of 20 years, I try and not sleep for 72 hours and stand straight on coffee and protein bar. Yeah, I don't envy you at all. That sounds horrible. It's unfortunately what medical professionals have to go through. I wish they didn't have to, because for everybody involved, for their own sake as well as for the sake of the patients, because when you're that sleep deprived, you're much more likely to make errors. Yeah, make mistakes. I mean, you don't normally say make error, does it? Does it? Oh, wow, I'm butchering language right now. My brain is... I'm not even sleep deprived, and I can't even get my way through. See, already. I can't even stumble through a sentence. Just hope I will never have to perform emergency surgery on you. Otherwise, you're screwed. Anyway, yeah. We know that sleep deprivation reduces people's competence and intelligence significantly, so that's not good. Temporarily, at least. At least it's not permanent, unless you stay sleep deprived. Yeah. You really don't want a sleep-deprived neurosurgeon operating on you? Yeah, definitely not. You don't really want any sleep-deprived surgeon operating on you if it can be helped, but especially not brain surgery. That would be rough. Thanks, Grease Monkey. Might be nothing special about Mad Max. What? Oh, wait. Wow. I just made shit up. I just start. The comment says Max Rockatansky sawed off double barrel. My brain just sees Max sawed off double barrel. Mad Max. Immediately. Wait, who is that actually? Or is that his name? Am I just completely derping? Oh, it is Mad Max. Haha. Never mind. I overcorrected myself. I completely forgot. I don't think I was ever aware of his name. His last name, I mean. At least, like, I did watch the first Mad Max, so it must have come up then. But it's so long ago. I watched the first Mad Max probably when I was 15, 16, something like that. Yeah. So I was never really consciously aware of his last name. So I thought I thought I misread it, but I didn't, and then I overcorrected. And see, this is what I mean. I'm not even sleep deprived, and I can't even words. So don't trust anything I say. Just saying, for the record. It's also particularly bad today. You know, today is, I've got a lot on my mind. There's a bunch of things to keep track of and take care of and whatever. So my brain is all over the place. So apologies for being even like probably 250% more scatterbrained than usual, which is rough. The baseline is pretty low already. Or high, depending on how you want to look at it. Yeah. My favorite action hero, John Shoot. Yeah. Indeed. Jack Gunn. Yeah. Don't worry, it's no lecture, yeah. I know, but I want to try to be at least comprehensible. I want to at least make sense. And sometimes I don't. Sometimes brain just goes, we're off to some other dimension where things are different, you know. And words. Words are stacked in a different manner and mean different things and all that. Yeah, that's what it is. It do be what it do be. Yeah. How about the best video game armor? How about that? Predictably, Samus is right there. Obviously. Ugh. Why does this not work? Okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, power armor from Fallout, sure. Yeah, the Dead Space armor is pretty cool too. Even though I've always hated this helmet, I think it fits the aesthetic, this super messed up setting. Why wouldn't the helmet look messed up too? But it bothers me. I've never seen that before. Oh yeah, of course. The Crisis nanosuit is definitely, that needs to be pretty high up the list. That is definitely one of the coolest. Yeah. Half-Life suit is not quite as cool, in my opinion, but more iconic, arguably. What? The Tanuki suit is not armor. What? Yeah. Metroid. Halo, yeah, sure. Not familiar with that one. He doesn't have all that much armor, does he? I mean, some. There's really more of a costume, more of an outfit. Does Solid Snake actually have armor? I thought it was just a suit. Is it actually armor too? I might be ignorant on that. Madness armor. Hair, yeah, that's not armor. I know, Bayonetta. Oh, there we go, yeah. StarCraft 2, absolutely. That's a good one. Yeah. Yeah, true. That armor from Hellgate London is pretty neat. NCR armor. It's really the coat that makes it, otherwise the armor isn't really all that cool. Yeah, sure. I hate the horns. Not a fan of that particular mask either, but otherwise it's okay. No, not really my thing. No. This is not armor, this is lingerie. Get out of here. Yeah, sure. Collector armor, yeah, why not? Okay, yeah. Some agreement, some disagreement. Thanks, Captain Casey Jones. Have you seen Jesse Ankemp's video on traditional Okinawan weapons and Kabuto against HEMA? I can't say I have. Should I make a video about that? Sounds like I should. The problem is I don't know too much about them, but then again, it's against HEMA, so it's already a crossover. So fair enough, I suppose. I'll leave that open for later. Relax, man. World's not going anywhere. Calm down, breathe a little. Accept the situation, adapt to it, and move on. This is the real motto of life. Is that your professional opinion as a doctor? But you're not a psychologist or a therapist or anything, so I will reject it out of hand. No, I'm not actually too worried about it. I do a running commentary when I stream. So like whatever goes through my mind, commentary has to be made. Otherwise, if I just sit here or stand in this case, contemplating something silently, you're going to be like, what the fuck is this? I'm out. So it's going to be a running stream of consciousness, overthinking everything. It's just how this goes. Thanks, Frank. Halo Spartan armor, yep, it's on the list. Skyrim armor, all of them? No, not all of them. Some of them, nah, not really a fan. But I do actually kind of like the leather armor. It's pretty decent. And the bone armor is cool, but it... I don't know. I have mixed feelings about it. I'm off to feed scraps to badgers. Sounds legit. We'll have fun. Don't let the badgers nibble your junk, Oh yeah, you got that standing desk. How are you liking it? It's great. It's much better than the setup I had before, and I'm getting plenty of use out of it. No need to explain yourself. That's exactly what I said. No. This is a stream. Like I just said, running commentary. Everything has to be analyzed and explained. I know that I don't need to do anything. If I wanted to, I could literally just stand here and stream in silence. What are you going to do about it? Nothing. But I choose to just flap my gums because I figure that's more entertaining. So don't worry. No need to overthink my overthinking. I got that covered. I got you, bro. I should learn sign language and do an entire stream just with that. Might as well make a cardboard cutout of yourself and let it stream for you. The thing is, a lot of people would actually keep watching it for quite a while because they would expect any moment me to show up and rip the cardboard cutout away and start the actual stream. So after 15 minutes, they'd be like, is this happening? But there's still like a little voice of doubt that's like, yeah, but it might happen any moment now. And maybe it's really good with all this buildup. And then it never happens. And they're forever disappointed. And they're so traumatized and disappointed that they get permanent erectile dysfunction from it. You know? That could happen. Learning the ways of farming views, yeah. Set up ChatGPT AI voice auto responses. Yeah. I must think of you overthinking about me overthinking about you thinking. Damn, that's a lot of thinking. Well, aren't you paid for that? Isn't like part of your job thinking? Right? I mean, mine too, but in a very different way. Yes, yes. Even better, like I would do this cutout thing, a stream, or even just a still frame, and then every now and then flash an image, just for like half a second. Something totally random, but just flash. So people are like, whoa, 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 what was that? And they go back and check and they're like, just nothing. What the hell is this? You know? And then they just get more and more confused. That's what I got to do. And they're so stressed out. Anyway. I'm thinking about torturing you. Do chats in a live stream help with the algorithm? I don't think so. I mean, I don't know really. I also don't care. Like, my live streams are all demonetized, so I can say what I want. I don't have to watch myself. Like, oh no, this might be a little bit too close to profanity. Now I can drop F-bombs, I can say whatever I want, and whatever. The super chats help out. They catch the they pick up the slack, so to speak, from no monetization. You know what I mean. In other words, you matter. You help out. You good people. And stuff. Thanks, Chad, man. Of course you're at work. I knew that. But what I didn't know is that you've been sick like a dog since Saturday. Sorry to know, man. Get well soon. I hope you recover reasonably quickly. Or maybe even unreasonably quickly. Maybe you... Yeah. I wish you recover more quickly than can be reasonably expected. How about that? Sending magic powers through the interwebs. Thanks, Dead Card. Happy to help. Happy to receive the help, I guess. I appreciate it. That's what I'm trying to say. Not sure I'd say good people, but I try. Yeah, well, trying makes you good people, doesn't it? As opposed to like, because the assholes don't try. They don't try to be anything other than a pest. All they think about is me, 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 me. They don't think about how others are or think or react or, what consequences there are. Nothing. Anyway, I'm just getting on one tangent after the other, but that's okay. That's what we're here for. Thanks, Frank. I'm sick of my 2 jobs. They're a joke. Yeah, I mean, really, nobody should have to work more than 1 job. That's my opinion. It's just, if you have to, I mean, okay, if it's 2 part-time jobs, that's okay, but if it's more than 1 full-time job, it's bullshit. That's just unreasonable. You're not being paid according to really ethics in general. Like, I don't care what sorts of excuses people pull out of their ass. If you pay a full-time worker too little for them to get by, you're evil. And you need to stop. That's my opinion. Normally I'm all about nuance, but that's where I go black and white. Send some magic powers here, the power to sleep, and maybe some whiskey. Anything works. Yeah. Sleep. You're feeling extremely tired. Oh, wait. Are you in the middle of a surgery? Oh, shit. So he's like, oh. Just cuts somebody like right open from chest to thigh because he falls asleep at work. Anyway, I mean, now I'm assuming that he's watching a stream while performing surgery. That is all kinds of sketchy. No, we're not going to assume that. Dog is like, oh yeah, what's this guy saying? Oh shit, I dropped my phone in this guy's chest cavity. Yeah. Surprisingly hard to cut people like that with a scalpel. Yeah, I know, it's not going to just zip through bone or whatever. There are bone saws for a reason. Anyway. Yeah, all the multitasking. I was already sleepy and your voodoo juju made me unsleepy. Well, damn. I think I messed up the incantation or something. Well. What can you do? Hey, they're free surgeries. Don't look a gift horse in the mouth. There you go. What can you expect, really? Like, if somebody operates on you for free, I mean, yeah. You might have a phone inside of you or a key or, a kidney might be missing that wasn't supposed to be removed. You know how it goes, right? Things happen. Accidents happen sometimes. Damn, I was in the middle of an open heart. You performed the spell at the wrong time. I need my ring back. Well, I mean, can you put it to good use? Can you give him like a gastric bypass while you're at it? Just, stretch your ring a little bit and put it around their stomach or something. Doesn't that work? They suddenly get a little extra, on top of the surgery they didn't pay for. No, then they get a weight loss surgery. Oh boy. Don't look a gifted incision in the cavity, yeah. Yeah, actually, what would happen if you cut somebody open and put the one ring in the cavity and so, like, would they be corrupted or would it just be like, yeah, we're good until that person dies? I mean, it wouldn't be a permanent solution, but it wouldn't really be. No, I know it doesn't work because it also starts to corrupt them even when they have it in their pocket. However, they can't really get. No, never mind. I was going to say they can't really get to it, but no, the ring would mess with them to a point where they just cut themselves open and pull it out. So yeah, maybe not. Oh yeah, actually, I might be wrong on that. It probably doesn't corrupt anyone if they've never put it on. Because the thing was, Frodo had already put it on once or twice or whatever. And then it was messing with him even as he was just carrying it without wearing it. So I think if you never actually put it on, if you only ever have it in a pocket, it shouldn't really mess with you. So if it's surgically implanted inside your body, it shouldn't really mess with you either. Or maybe? Does that count? I don't know. If you shove it up somebody's rectum, will it corrupt them? Those are the questions. That's how the first Lord of the Rings got into action. Oh yeah. Yeah. Lord of the Gastric Band. We're onto some things here. We're onto it. Thanks, Francesco, for the antiseptic. Okay. All right. Yes, yes. The ring has a will of its own. You don't need to wear it. Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah, so I probably have to end the stream soon-ish because we have a bunch of things on the to-do list for today. But I'll try to hold out for a bit longer for your benefit, you weirdos. Boromir never wore the ring but was corrupted. Good point. Yeah. Yeah, you don't actually have to wear it. Break is over. Good night. All right. Thanks, Arnab, and good luck. While we're at it, still, can't get all that out. Well, we'll see how the rest of the day goes, one way or another. I want to ask you folks for your opinion because it's going to affect you partially. I'm looking into wallpaper for a new video room. And what do you think of this one? I'm not entirely sure. Like there are pros and cons. The fact that it's black could interfere a little bit because I tend to wear a lot of black, so I might be less visible. But a lot of things I show are reflective, so they are bright, so they would stand out against the black. And I think it looks quite nice. There are customer pictures, so that's what it looks like. This one's pretty bad. It's like all washed out, weird color, but you can still tell what it looks like. So, what do you folks think? Not your style? How so? How's like a dungeon-looking wall not my style? Thanks, Chaos Omega. Here's some money before you go. I appreciate it. Thanks, Kath Templar. In a location in a post-apocalyptic world where there's very limited firearms and monsters are more your concern than banditry, what type of armor would you suggest? Post-apocalyptic, what always comes to mind is like tire armor. I think that would actually be pretty good, especially since a lot of tires actually have steel in them. So I think that would work pretty well against monsters too. Since you got to work with what you got, right? What you can find. Get sandstone instead? Is there a more brown or gray option? There is something that I was looking at that I also quite like. Unfortunately, that one is much more expensive. So on this picture, it doesn't look very good because it's blurry and stuff. But there is also a customer picture. So it's like sort of log wall style, not quite, because it doesn't imitate logs, but just flat planks. I don't quite know what I think about it. Like, ignore the stuff that they put on. It's just about the wallpaper itself, of course. So that might work better for some things, but I'm not sure. Not a fan of the white stripes. That's my problem too, yes. I wish that wasn't there. That's exactly my problem too. This here would be great. I would love this, but it's vinyl and I don't want that. Because vinyl wallpaper apparently off-gases chemicals that aren't good for you. So, yeah. What else do I have? I could also go back to Victorian wallpaper the way I had it back in like 2017, 18. So something like this is also an option. I don't particularly like the color on this. It's kind of the problem. So maybe more like that. I'm also not a fan of blue generally. So I don't know. That's going to be a tricky one to figure out. Old people wallpaper. Yeah, I know. But hey, how can you say anything against Victorian style wallpaper? It's the best. Old people wallpaper is flowers. Think, 50s, 60s flowery wallpaper. That's some boomer shit right there. I like the stone wall, yeah. I mean, people are going to have very different opinions anyway, so it's in a way, it's kind of pointless to even ask because like 1/3 of you wants one thing, the other third in a second, and the final third doesn't want anything. I don't know. Something like that. Stone wall, but lighter. Yeah, I can. There is an argument to be made for that. This might be too dark. I mean, I do kind of like the idea of sandstone. Maybe. Yeah, crimson/red. That's what I had. The wallpaper, the Victorian wallpaper I used to have that was like, I mean, I think it was actually dark purple. But yeah, red and black is also always a good combination. Indeed. Black, silver, gold, yeah. Right, there was one other thing that I did like. Where the hell? Was it metallic something? Yeah, I think. Give me a second here. So many options. I also really like the idea of like third or half wooden panels. There's wallpaper that simulates wooden panels, and then Victorian wallpaper on top. That will look quite nice. But then again, like the Victorian style is a bit, even though I personally like it, it doesn't have that much to do with my channel. Other than, well, it's my style, so fair enough, I suppose. I mean, primarily it's got to be something that I like because I'm going to see it a lot. So it's definitely going to be something that I find cool. But it would be even better if most of you happen to agree with it. That's probably not possible. I can't find the other one. There was a pretty cool metallic one that I think it was black with metallic yellow pattern, but that might also be too dark. Ah, well, whatever. Back to nerdy stuff, I guess. Yeah, I'm not gonna get a waifu wallpaper or whatever. You degenerate. Just kidding. If you like waifu wallpaper, whatever, you do you. I mean, I might always play it safe and just do like some kind of wood pattern, like it's wooden planks or whatever. That's kind of a safe option because that's fairly neutral but looks good, and who minds a wooden wall, right? I mean, there's probably some people, but generally should be fine, right? And if it's not, you're wrong. Oh, hi, Ned. Bye, Ned. That was quick. Yeah. Yeah, so I do very much like the log cabin look, but I haven't really found one that I particularly like. There was one that, in and of itself, looked good, but the only color they had available was gray, and anyway. I don't think proper melee weapons ever really died out, since lots of tools make effective melee weapons. Some literally designed to double as such. Well, nowadays, not so much. Like, firearms can be used as improvised bludgeons, but they're generally not really designed for that purpose. They could be. And I mean, there are. Do you remember seeing this, like these magazine plates with like a meat tenderizer thing going on? That's one. And then there are, even pistol bayonets, and I think there's even like an axe attachment for a pistol. So yeah, there are a bunch of things. What about a stream where your background is literally a Skyrim location, like one of the strongholds, LARPing as a knight, but with another YouTuber? LARPing as a knight. Oh, boy, I don't think I could even put together an outfit like that. Stone logs looks poor without the tangible texture. I disagree. I've seen some that look really quite good. It also depends on from how far away. For video purposes, especially considering that the video is the background, I mean, is typically blurred out with the way the focus is set, no problem. With the right lighting and everything. You misunderstood. I was saying lots of tools we make effective melee weapons. Oh, right. Yeah. Of course. Yeah. For sure. Is there a LARP where the fighters actually have to know HEMA? No, I don't think so. At that point, it's just dressed up HEMA, isn't it? I mean, I'm sure there are some people who know HEMA who also happen to do LARP, but probably not enough for a full event of nothing but that. Sign me up for dressed up HEMA, yeah. I mean, I always like when people put together outfits for HEMA. So, I mean, yeah, you need protective gear. If you can incorporate that into something, or if you just go with historical armor, why not? I mean, the purists would say at that point it's no longer historical if you dress up in an ahistorical way, but you can always also go with the historical. You can dress up like, a Landsknecht or whatever the hell. It's fabulous. Yeah, there are in fact even padded Landsknecht pants specifically designed for HEMA practice. So, sure, why not? Dress up as Batman, yeah. I'm HEMA Batman. Yeah. Medieval Batman as a thing. There's such a thing as historical fantasy. Yep, certainly. Most LARP contains magic in the storytelling, so far no pure HEMA in LARP, yeah. Yeah, I guess you could do HEMA, historical fantasy martial arts. Pure HEMA is dying? What? Since when? Like to simulate the techniques and body mechanics of HEMA and the physics and danger of weapons that's always present in a real fight when I play blatant sorcery. Yeah. There you go. It enhances the experience, does it not? Yeah. What about futuristic sci-fi martial arts? Futuristic space martial arts, whatever. Speculative fictional martial arts, yeah. SFMA. Yes. Melodramatic arts. How about heroic euphemistic martial arts? Questionable martial arts, yeah. Let's do some QMA. Yeah. Or RMA, ridiculous martial arts. In other words, Star Wars. Based on the evidence I've seen, I see a future in which guns and proper melee weapons once again coexist. I can't really see that. It's just we seem to be on the path of the gun, and I can't really see too much diversion. At least in terms of military. It's like for civilian use, it's always a different story, but... Do you ever consider starting a video gaming channel? I mean, I tried to do a side channel, but it always breaks down because I have too much to do with the main channel. It's so time consuming, and not just time, also it takes up a lot of creative resources, so to speak. So yeah, hasn't worked out so far. Doubt it will. Anyway, so yeah, we gotta get through the rest of the day. So I'll wrap it up here. Thanks for hanging out. Hope you had fun, and I'll see you. Could be a while, but we'll see.